Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Fiona and I'm a full-time artist. And on this channel, I like to take you with me on my artistic journey, whether that means working on projects here in my studio, going out to see art exhibits, buying art supplies and sharing my haul with you, basically any art-related content. So if that sounds like something you're into, please like and subscribe. It's one free click for you, but makes a big difference for my channel. All right, friends, we have an interesting video today because I will be sharing my very first time coil building. I got interested in coil building when I had gone to see the Toshiko Takeizu exhibit at the Noguchi Museum a few months ago, and she had made these large ceramic vessels. If you've been on my channel for a moment, then you know that my mom and I, we collaborate on ceramics, and that's primarily done on the wheel. Occasionally we do slab build as well, but seeing those very large vessels and learning more about her and seeing her use this coil building technique, I just got very inspired to try it for myself. So I watched a few YouTube videos on it and just decided to go for it. So in this video, you'll see my struggles, my first attempts, starting to get down a little bit of the techniques, and ultimately what goes into a bisque fire, and then also be worrying about whether the pieces will explode in the kiln because I put too much air into the coils. It's a whole thing, but I hope you stay till the end so you can see the results, and I will show you ultimately what I made. So I'll see you at the end of the video. All right, friends, I am done with my meetings for the day. Everything ran a lot longer than I anticipated, but it is done. I thought about continuing on paintings, but I've really been itching to try coil building, which I haven't done before for ceramics, so I think I'm just gonna go try it. Let's do it. Alright, so my first coil building is a fail. It collapsed on itself, and then we tried to make it into more of an oval shape, but yeah, it's pretty evident that it's not going to make it. So while it saddens me to do this, I am going to scrap it. I will say, even though it was a fail, I learned a lot. So I'm gonna try again another day. But for now, it's time for dinner and some chill time. Good morning, my friends. Zelda's deemed that it was time to get up and get breakfast and get going, so I'm gonna walk her, and then I'm thinking about more coil building today, but in discussion with my mother last night, she thinks the clay that I used just wasn't the best for it. It was a bit on the drier side. It's stuff that's been sitting around for a little bit, so yeah, she added like some water and stuff to it yesterday when she was wedging it, and I think that helped. This is once again her knowing more about ceramics than me. I'm still happy about the attempt though. It was looking pretty good for a little bit, but then I need to figure out how to coil inward, so I do want to practice more today, but she thinks I should go out and see if maybe Jerry's Artorama here has a better hand building clay. So we're gonna do that and we'll take it from there. I also thought I could do a bit of slab building because we do have porcelain, so I just don't want to coil build with porcelain, but I don't know, maybe it's okay to do it with that. I literally don't know. I watched 2 videos on coil building and then went, I'm gonna do this, so but hey, I think it's important for me to show when things also don't work, because I feel like, I guess sometimes there's an impression like on the internet everything's perfect and great, and you know, this is a part of the learning process, part of creativity, and you know, there will be failures, and that's okay because it's just one step forward to getting better at something, right? So we're gonna get back on the horse and try again. So I just propped up this side here, just, you know, so you can kind of see what it would look like if that side didn't slump. Yeah. Maybe it'll dry a wee bit higher up. I'm not mad at it though, you know? I think it was an okay second attempt.
Yeah.
And I'll keep...
I mean, it's a nice enough shape for
Yeah.
a bowl.
I just think if I keep going, it's gonna keep slumping maybe. Yeah. I'll leave it as a bowl and I'll start another one.
Smooth it out.
Yeah, and I'll start a new one.
Try not to use too much water.
Yeah, I know I keep doing this, but it does help a little bit. I'm determined. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I will figure it out. Mm-hmm. I don't know where to put this though, is the only thing. Like...
We'll leave it on there to dry and cover it.
Okay, and then the next one I'll just work on here, unless, do you have like a bit of tile or, you know, or even bring up one of the bats?
Yeah.
I can just work off the bat. Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is my first hand-built coil vase, and I am happy with this result. You could keep building up the neck, but I'm gonna leave it at this for now and see how it goes, and maybe do another time. But yeah, happy with those results. Okay, so these two guys are cleaned up now. The bottoms are signed, and I'm gonna let them dry a bit longer. And the next thing they'll do is get bisque fired, and then we'll really see how I did with coiling for real. I don't know whether to coil a bit more now or jump back into my paintings. So, I mean, I feel like since I'm playing in the clay, I kind of feel like playing more. So I'm gonna go get my clay. Okay, so I would say another success for an afternoon. I'm gonna wrap it up to dry with the other ones over here, and yeah, we'll see what it looks like in another few days. And I don't know if I'll try and do another one before the bisque fire, but I do need to get back to my paintings and drawings, so I'll probably do that next, and I'll see you whenever I do that. Hi friends, back in the studio. This morning I had some meetings, and then when I came back for lunch, Mom and I were baking up a storm. She got some fresh peaches from her friend Marianne from her garden, so we made some peach cobbler, and then we had some chicken to use up, so I made my one skillet chicken, so I'll be having all of that later. But for now, I'm gonna get into playing in the clay a little bit. Let's do it. Alright friends, so it kind of looks like a clog or cornucopia, but I don't know, I'm really pleased. I just can't believe that last week I was struggling to make even like a vase like this high, it was collapsing, and now I've made a sculpture that's quite high. I mean, I know it will shrink, but I feel pretty proud of myself. Just goes to show, if at first you don't succeed, try again. Yay. Hi friends, I am just back from getting my house appraised, so I'm excited to see what the Bloomfield house is worth now. But with that said, I really want to get into some coil building today. I moved what I did yesterday onto a bat. I don't know if you can see it as I lean. It's back here. So I have 4 pieces made already. I still have a chunk of clay. Last night, my mom handed me This book, it's called Clay. It's a Thames and Hudson. It's by Amber Cresswell Bell, and I recommend. I actually got this for my mom ages ago, a few Christmases ago, and I was taking a flip through it last night, getting lots of inspiration. Just like really fun sculptural stuff in here as well. Things that aren't maybe necessarily functional. A lot of what my mom and I do together is functional, but I've really gotten into the idea of coil building to try and do more sculpture related stuff as opposed to it being extremely functional. I've had it in my mind for a while in collaboration with my paintings to have a sculpture element with it, and I have shown my ceramics alongside you know, the vessels that mom and I make, but yeah, you know, or something that can be sort of both, where, you know, it has some more structural elements to it that maybe don't lend itself to function. Thought this stuff's cool. So there's quite a bit of hand building in this book, which I thoroughly enjoyed. I was getting lots of ideas. Let me show you one that I particularly liked. I think when people think of ceramics, a lot of people think about throwing on the wheel. And I've even had a few people on my Instagram, as I've been talking about my coil building journey and showing what I've been doing, they're saying, why is it called coil building? What is that about? Obviously you guys have seen more of the process on here, and I've just been kind of showing final results on Instagram. So you guys have seen the coils. But yeah, Linda Lopez, like this sort of thing, I'm just loving. Like this sort of put me in mind of something I do in my paintings that involve line work. Almost, this is like a 3D imagination of that, so I really loved it. And like her use of like color and installation, just really inspiring stuff. And I was just, you know, like this sort of thing too, like people just building these sorts like towers, which are hand built. That's by Linda Draper, you know, and just the use of color and yeah, making sculptures with it. I do love the idea of like what mom and I do being functional and something you can use in daily life, but I think artistically there's something I want to do to complement my paintings where it's very clear that it's an art object. There's just something in me that wants to get expressed. And the idea of building something on a larger scale. I really would like to do something with handles today, maybe. I'm liking this a lot. That was by Madeline Preston. So many amazing female ceramicists in this book, by the way. Let's see. Oh, this artist, he will glaze around the shape that he builds, which I thought was also a fascinating idea, because if I do build something, it's like I could do my patterns in a way. I mean, I already do that with my mom's work, where I'll do the patterns sort of based on the shapes that she's making, but you know, emphasizing that even more could be interesting. Here's more little things with handles. So anyway, really good, fascinating book about ceramics that's definitely going to be inspiring me. The other thing I wanted to show you is this piece by my sister-in-law, Tomo. I'm gonna link her, put her handle here, but I'll link her in the description. Definitely check her out. She's a fantastic ceramicist in her own right. She even teaches classes. She's based in Japan, so if you happen to be in Japan, you can take a class potentially with her. You can look into that. I'll link her below. And also she sells her stuff online, so check out her shop. But anyway, this is a hand-built piece by her, and the technique that was used to fire it is they sort of throw salt on it while it's in the kiln, and you get a really cool texture to it. And then obviously she added this on top, but you can see it's like an oval shape on the bottom, and she just built this on top of it. So I've been doing a lot of sort of like in and out shapes, but this has me thinking that I should try and do a shape that goes up. So maybe it's like building something like this, but with handles today. I think that might be what I'm gonna try and do. So thank you to the artist in the book, as well as my sister-in-law, Tomo, for inspiring today's coil build. So let's get into it. I'm happy with that. I think that's kind of sweet. I mean, the ears are no way the same, but the whole thing's kind of organic looking. So, yeah. Hey, another thing done. I feel like I'm getting really, invested in these pieces now, and now I'm like, oh my gosh, I hope they don't explode in the kiln. But that's a part, once again, of the learning process, so my biggest concern is that there's going to be too much air in my coils, because, yeah, I literally watched, two YouTube videos and then a third one the day after that first experience, and it's kind of what I'm going off of right now. But hey, we will see. We'll see. I'm gonna take a little break and then see if I can use up the rest of this clay. All right, we are going to see what we can make this evening. It's just about to be sunset. Can I tell you guys something? I've been worried for a while about the longevity of working with a medium like clay. Because I have arthritis, and over the time I've spent throwing, for instance, it's very hard on your hands. And I think I was scared to commit to a medium, knowing over the long term with my disease that I might ultimately have to give it up. So I think I've been kind of scared to play with this medium. There, I said it. But now I'm getting over that fear and finding a lot of joy in playing with this right now. It feels good to work with my hands, even within my hands' limitations, and to just learn a new skill, something new. It's exciting. And yeah, these things might not even make it through the firing because I'm still learning, but the process of making things out of this clay has been really enjoyable. And I was talking to a friend last night, and she told me, Fiona, just be present. And I think playing with the clay is me being present. So, just wanted to share that. Let's jump into it. Hi friends, back in the studio. More clay today. Let's do it. This guy's here. Just look at this monstrosity I just made. And I mean monstrosity in the best way possible. Oh, see, this is already cracking and coming off, so I do need to fix that. But it's kind of cute. Hello friends, it's an exciting day because we are loading the kiln with the things that I've coil built. So let's do that. You can see everything's dried out and ready to go. My biggest concern is that there's too much air in the coils themselves and it'll explode. But we're not gonna know until we try. Another day, time to see if anything survived the kiln. Just unlatch. Oh my god! So here are all the works that have come out of the kiln, and I'm really, really happy with everything. So let me show you. We'll take a quick look. So first we have the bowl that I made, and yeah, if you remember, it had the large base on it and then it started to slump. So this is how it came out. And you remember I propped it up. You can see on this side where it was propped up a bit, but yeah, I mean, for all of these, you can see they're really organic feeling. I decided not to go in and trim the top. I do need to work on smoothing it more, so the coils aren't as obvious. So that's definitely something I can improve on, but I think it's nice. I think it has its own charm to it. So what I made next after that was this vase, and you can see the base. I started with that smaller base, but it's quite thick, and that way it helped me build up. And you can see here where I didn't smooth the coils out on the inside, which is, it's interesting. I mean, it doesn't affect how you use it. Like, it's not broken at all, but it's a look. And you can even see here some of the coils, you can see my fingerprints. So it is interesting to see my hand in it. You can literally see every mark I left on this thing. But I remember I was too scared to keep going because I thought it might start to collapse. But then the one after, this one, I got braver and started to build that neck up more. Once again, it was that same size base. So you could see I kind of got a comfort level with that. And yeah, I was able to build the neck up, and I'm happy with how this came out. I think I really started to understand where to place the coil to make it go out and in when I got to this one. And I was struggling with that with the first few. So next is my clog, platform clog. But the idea is to be able to put flowers, or I initially thought I would put brushes in here, but I really wanted to challenge myself to make that shape and build it up without it collapsing. And I didn't. It came out and it looks quite good. The base is a different shape as well. It's a larger base again. So this one was a challenge, but I'm happy with how it came out and it stayed together. I'm amazed. I really thought this one might explode in the kiln because I remember rolling out and there was air in that base. So happy with that. So then I was on a kick of doing larger ones. So I did one with an oval base here and added some handles, and I'm just, yeah, I'm really thrilled with how it came out. I think once again it will be nice if you can imagine some flowers in it, and it's just got that organic feel to it. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to glaze these yet, but I do know it has to be a low fire glaze, and a lot of the glazes I use are high fire, so I don't know. I'm gonna have to see what I have. And then there's this guy. He's got cute little handles. So they work. You can see the coils really well in this one. I did not work on smoothing that out on the inside, but this one I remember I started with a smaller base and I wanted to try getting higher up, so this is what I made. It's cute though. It's kind of wonky, but it works. And then this was the last thing I made, and I wanted to try putting legs on it and handles, and so it's got 3 legs and 3 handles. And yeah, I think I'll probably sand a bit of this around here to smooth it out before doing the glaze, but yeah, just another fun one that I wanted to try adding a lot of things to just to see what I could do. And yep, all of them are in one piece. I'm amazed everything survived. So I feel more motivated than ever to stay on my hand building journey, my coil building journey specifically. This was from a mold, but I think I show footage of that. So just wanted to show that that came out as well. And then when I had leftover clay, I just made a little pinch pot. So that's what that is. But yeah, really, really thrilled. And I'm going to glaze these and see how it goes. But I've already ordered another 50 pounds of clay. This was all from 25 pounds of clay. So I should be able to make double the amount of things with the next round coming in. And I'm so, so excited. All right, friends, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think. Would you try coil building? Have you done it before? Are you an expert on it and that's how you found this video? And if so, please give me advice in the comments so I can get better at it. I'm very excited to glaze these and see what happens. So I'll show you that in a future video. But for now, I hope that you're well and that you stay inspired, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.